Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And while you're at it, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. I'm actually in the middle of watching this final part of the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. And I wanted to just pause for the cause because I got really irritated at something. And I'm going to play a little clip of it. But before I do, I'm just going to say, of course, these are my views that I am expressing. They are my opinion. And any content that I am sharing, it's for fair use and commentary and for entertainment or educational purposes only. All right. Well, listen, there is this part where they're discussing the girls' trip that they went on, the cast trip that they went on this past season, right? And I am one of those people that will forever say that as much as I'm able to, I'm not team this or team that. I'm just trying my best to be on the side of right. It doesn't mean that I don't have people that I admire or care for more than others. And of course, it doesn't mean that there are people that I just simply can't stand. For those of you who have been here for a minute, you know I just simply cannot stand Martell Hotel, Arion's baby wife Holt. And there's nothing in my eyes that he could do to redeem himself. And of course, it doesn't matter because I'm not Jesus Christ, so he doesn't have to prove himself to me. I really could care less. But listen, Kimmy, this woman, it's clear to me that she really cannot stand Melody. Now, months ago, I started going back to old episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I told you guys that 2024 just has been a tumultuous year for me. So there's a lot of things that were on my schedule of to-dos that I did not really get around to completing, finishing up, continuing, what have you. So I had to put a pause on that. But from what I could see in the beginning, because I watched that show in passing the first time around, okay? But going back into the episodes, to me, it was clear that Kimmy really just don't like Melody. And hey, that's fine. You don't have to like who you don't like. There are people in this world that we just, for whatever reason, we just may not really care for or jive with. But I really have a problem when someone really doesn't care for someone, but yet you will use that person for the sake of getting something that is going to benefit you. And I'm going to play this little clip of what Kimmy had to say. And I'm just going to elaborate a little bit, but I really want to know what you guys think. So let me get into this clip. And I'm just going to play a little bit of the audio.
Should be coming here. She should be here soon.
Right before Judas betrayed Jesus for some pieces of silver, he sat down and ate with him.
Destiny and Mel. Is there anything y'all feel like y'all need to have a conversation about?
Last night you said, yeah, we have her posting my children with the mistress. That was his mistress.
Let's be clear. You and her were talking on the phone all the time like y'all were friends.
Never.
Is it safe to... Okay. Girls trip! Raise your hand, you have fun in the girls trip.
Now you didn't have fun. I mean, it was a lot. It was more than what I'm used to.
Well, let's talk about that. So, this was the first ever Love and Marriage Huntsville's girls trip. And I have to say, I loved every single minute of it.
Except them damn rooms.
I love my room. I also want to say here, so you know, Melody, this is the first ever girls trip on this show.
Yeah.
Did you feel the pressure to please everybody?
For sure. And I wanted everybody to be happy. We did a lot of stuff. We had a lot of fun. We had chefs preparing food. I think it was definitely top notch.
Okay. Tisha, do you agree?
I think overall it was a fun trip and it was a good trip. Now the rooms, I just didn't like them. That's my main complaint. I felt like we should have gotten better rooms, period.
Because you're the OGs?
I mean, yeah. I was like, Mel, you showed me how you felt about us. You gave us the worst room.
It's more than quote unquote an OG. We were filming with Melody in her backyard for nothing on this show. For nothing. Because Melody wanted to pursue doing a TV show. And I think it was disrespectful.
Do you think the room selection was indicative in terms of how Melody feels about you?
To be fair, I think I got caught in a little bit of this crossfire. In general, the answer is yes. But in regards to knowing that Destiny was coming and Tisha and whatever, yeah, I do. I think I got kind of caught in the crossfire of that.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. The part that really bothered me that Kimmy said was we were filming with Melody in her backyard for nothing because she had aspirations of starting a show. Well, hell, if you did not want to be on TV, then you would not have been filming with her in her backyard, quote, for nothing. And let's be clear, she wasn't filming for nothing. She was filming with the hopes that Melody's desire, the dream that she had, the vision that she had for this show to become a real thing, to come into fruition, is that she was hoping that she would be a part of it too, and she has been. And so, those of us who never would have known anything about Kimmy, now Scott, who got to marry her man that she had been running behind for over 7 years or whatever, even while he was married, and getting the opportunity to marry him on television, that never would have been a thing if she did not film with Melody in her backyard for nothing. That's the part that really bothered me. And I say this over and over again, like I say all the time, it isn't even relevant. It really doesn't make a difference whether I'm a millimeter or not. I'm not. So I'm not saying this because I'm a fangirl or I'm a millimeter or I'm somebody that just is on her side, whether she's right or wrong. No, I'm saying this from the perspective of someone that is a woman who is a businesswoman as well, and who has been slighted, who has seen people become turncoats, who have had people use you for opportunities. And I understand it. So I speak from the space of understanding more so when it comes to a lot of these people versus I'm just somebody who's watching a television show and I'm rooting for this person over that person. So Kimmy has become, in my eyes, extremely unlikable for a lot of those reasons. I mean, the fact that she allowed her husband to just make her look like a fool on television the last season and on social media, and her rolling over and taking it while she had been going through cancer treatments and all of that other stuff, right? And then wants to make Melody out to be the villain in her eyes because she felt like she should have gotten a better room on a trip. But yet you have the opportunity to be on a television show where you have come out of clear obscurity. None of us would have ever known who she was had it not been for Melody having the idea to approach Carlos King. And we're going to talk about him later. I'm not going to go into all of that in this episode because I got a whole lot of stuff I want to say about him. But yeah, her with the dig about we were filming with Melody in her backyard for nothing. You chose to do that and you have been rewarded handsomely, might I add, because you were doing that. So I have a huge problem with that. I really believe, I hope at least, I don't see a whole lot of what goes on social media when it comes to a lot of the castmates. Sometimes, there are other content creators that will create content and I get an opportunity to catch up by way of them. And I appreciate them for doing that because I don't have time to be chasing after these people on social media to see what they're saying or what they're doing. But I would assume that Melody would have a problem with that. But yeah, girl, we were filming with her in her backyard for nothing. That line really pissed me off. And I can't stand when people who have had the opportunities that they have want to come back later and throw stuff in someone's face as if it wasn't for the opportunity that I presented you with, you probably wouldn't be where you are right now. I'm not saying you have to idolize and worship the people who've helped you, but it's another thing to just like a slap in the face as you are getting the opportunity to rise higher. I don't like stuff like that at all. And that really bothered me. There's a whole lot more I want to say, but I just really wanted to talk about that part real quick. You guys let me know what you think. But to me, I thought that was the one of the highest forms of disrespect that anyone could give to someone that has given them an opportunity. Again, like I said, it doesn't mean she needs to idolize and worship Melody. It doesn't mean that she should have to thank her every waking moment of her life or every time she has opportunity to grace the reunion stage. We just want to shout out Melody. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have this opportunity. I'm not saying you have to act that way or definitely say those things all the time, but to say we were filming with her in her backyard for nothing. Girl, you filmed with her in her backyard for a whole lot of something, okay? And no, the checks may not be Bravo size, okay? But it's a whole lot more than what you were getting. And you have gotten opportunities on top of opportunities because of the opportunity that you were presented to film with her in her backyard and have this show get picked up. So I don't like it at all. I really want to know what you guys think. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.